Successful media and public affairs consultant, accomplished entrepreneur and national writer and contributor, attorney who served in the Missouri House of Representatives, worked in the White House and CNN, thought leader, entrepreneur, and host who takes the conversation to the next level.
Prepare to get rare access to fascinating guests.
You're connected. You have the it factor. You've joined
Grill Nation.
Everybody over there. Get on up. Everybody out there. Get into it. Ooh-wee. Connect with Jason on Twitter at Jason Grill. Connect with the show on Twitter at Grill Nation Show and online at grillnationshow.com.
Welcome your host of Grill Nation, always dressed up and ready to go even in a radio studio. Here's Jason Grill.
Hello and welcome to Grill Nation. I'm your host, Jason Grill. Thanks for listening to 980 AM today and on talk980am.com. Appreciate you joining me as well on iTunes and Stitcher Radio, as well as on grillnationshow.com, where you can connect with us and find information on all of our shows, our guests, photos of our people that have come in studio to join us, and also our social media information. You connect with me on Twitter at Jason Grill and at Grill Nation Show. On today's show, we are going to start off the show with John Maslowski, who's the Vice President of Market Development at Renovate America. We're going to talk about some really exciting programs here going on in Missouri, which is the PACE program. We also will talk about the HERO program and clean energy here in Missouri, and looking forward to hearing more from John about all the great things they're doing here in Missouri. And then after John, we're going to have on Paul Singh, who I met when I was in Knoxville, Tennessee, working with the Kauffman Foundation on a mayor summit. Paul is an entrepreneur and spent a year in an Airstream traveling the country. He founded or was one of the partners of 500 Startups, and one of his companies was acquired by 1776. So he's going to be going back out on the Airstream, I believe, in 2017. So I wanted to talk to him about his experience talking to entrepreneurs. His goal is to connect entrepreneurs with venture capitalists. So really exciting show today. Paul will be joining us in segment 3 and 4 today from, I believe, somewhere on the road or Washington, D.C. He'll be calling in on the show. I want to thank our partners and supporters real quick of Grill Nation. Our title sponsor, our trusts, Bank of Kansas City and Two West Advisors. Also contributors to the show are the Rieger KC, Kansas City Power and Light District, and Reactor Design Studios. Clifton Alexander is a on-air contributor, as well as Ryan Mabey, who is an on-air contributor of the show. I'm going to bring in our first guest today, John Maslowski, who's the Vice President of Market Development at Renovate America, connected through Teresa Garza, who I've known for years in the political world, and excited to have you on the show today. John, how are you?
Great. Thanks for having me, Jason.
So tell us about your background. I saw that you went to University of Wisconsin.
That's right. I'm a Badger. That's right.
It's a nice place. I've been there. Yeah. Visited Madison, know the mayor of Madison, and it's a nice city.
That's so right. Not a good week to be a Packers fan, but otherwise I'm okay.
Right. That's that. You had a good year though, right? Right. So you're in Kansas City now.
That's right. Yeah, my wife is originally from the area. I actually lived in Kansas City for about 6 years back in late 90s, early 2000s. So glad to be back.
It's good to have you back. Tell us about what you do. What's your day-to-day look like? Let's get into what is PACE.
Sure, absolutely. So PACE is Property Assessed Clean Energy. Okay. The state of Missouri passed a state statute in 2010. In 2011, our public partner, the Missouri Clean Energy District, was formed. And for a number of years, they focused on smaller commercial projects. In late 2015, they selected Renovate America, which is the private company that I work for, as their PACE program administrator.
Okay.
And so this is a public-private partnership. The partnership really brings both commercial and residential together. Renovate America is the largest residential PACE platform in the country. And as I mentioned, PACE is Property Assessed Clean Energy. And what it does is it's a mechanism, it's another financing tool for property owners to finance energy efficient and renewable energy products on their property. So think HVAC, roofing, efficient windows and doors, insulation to solar panels.
And this is all under the umbrella of Renovate America, which is, as you said, it's a group that partners with local and state governments to offer the community's HERO, the leading residential PACE program to the U.S. HERO. You guys have financed more than $1.8 billion in home improvements, according to what I'm reading. Right. And you work in financing in many different areas with improvements to the home.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. So we partner, as you mentioned, with local governments as well as local contractors to provide an affordable and accessible financing mechanism for energy efficient improvements. And so a lot of what I do around the state is work with the 114 plus one, including the city of St. Louis. There are a lot of different constituencies in the state. And so we began offering hero financing in the Kansas City area in mid-September. And we've seen some real great success. We've financed over $2 million of local home improvements with local contractors. We're helping create jobs. It's another economic development tool for the community. We're seeing some great environmental benefits as well, because these are individuals that are installing energy efficient products. They're not using as much energy. They're putting solar on their home. So it's really a win-win-win for local government, for local contractors, and property owners.
You mentioned this, the law in Missouri was passed in 2010.
That's right.
So what happened? We had a little delay there, and
yeah, the Missouri Clean Energy District was formed in 2011.
Okay.
And then it wasn't until this past year that the FHA and the Veterans Administration really came out in support of PACE on the residential side.
I see.
And that really got things going in a big way. In California, it's actually been real active, regardless, for the past 5 years. And that's where we really built our track record, really honed in on the tools and what property owners and what local communities really needed to have a successful program. And so that's what we're bringing to Missouri today.
And again, what is the Missouri Clean Energy District?
So the Missouri Clean Energy District is an independent political subdivision of the state of Missouri.
Okay.
So they are our public partner in this public-private partnership. And so they have the authority for PACE financing. And so when we're talking with local government, we're trying to really understand what are their economic development goals, their job creation goals, their environmental goals, and we try to make sure that there is synergy there. And if so, they voluntarily join as a member of, join the district, join the Missouri Clean Energy District on their advisory council. And basically the governance of the Missouri Clean Energy District are the member communities, so member cities and member counties. As of today, we have 82 Missouri counties and cities that are members of the district. And our goal between Teresa and myself is to bring on, like I mentioned, all the various counties and communities across the state.
What's the hardest hurdle with bringing on a county?
Yeah, it's really, relationships is a big thing, because, I can call a county commissioner many times, but if he doesn't know who I am or know what PACE is, it can be challenging. So really trying to understand what their background is, what would resonate with them. So is there platform jobs? Is it economic development? Is it the environment? Trying to understand what will resonate with that individual so that we can get a meeting, explain what PACE is, explain HERO, explain the benefits we're going to be driving in the community.
We've got about a minute left on this segment. So again, the Missouri Clean Energy District is the public wing.
That's right.
Partnering with Renovate America. PACE is Property Assessed Clean Energy, and that is what provides the financing to Missouri property owners. And then HERO is also a part of that.
Right. HERO is our brand of PACE. So that is Renovate America's brand of PACE. And we really look at HERO as the gold standard for consumer protections in the home improvement industry. And so HERO is our platform for bringing PACE to Missouri.
Interesting. So you guys have been pretty successful thus far, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's been great. Teresa and I call it on an education tour, traveling all around the state. So definitely appreciate the opportunity.
Any good stories? You guys, we can get into those in the next, but you've been traveling, it sounds like
traveling a lot. A colleague of mine, has hit a deer, and, so lots of miles on the road, but everybody's safe and so.
It's a pretty diverse state, even for being in the Midwest. There's a lot of different
Absolutely.
Pockets of people and places, and
absolutely,
you go from urban to rural to suburban to ex-urban. I mean, you can counter a lot of different things, and a lot of different county commissioners, I assume.
Absolutely, no doubt about that.
Thanks for joining Grill Nation Show today. We'll be right back after the break with more with John Maslowski. We're going to talk more about the eligibility requirements for this and how to get involved and how the process works. You're listening to Grill Nation. Thanks for joining.
Running down the street like your hair's on fire. Thoughts running fast like a man on a